Do you have a childhood memory of buying ice cream from an ice cream truck? I can still remember looking at all the different choices on the side of the truck while waiting for my turn to order. My eyes would scan the pictures of the ice cream sandwiches, push-ups, snow cones, strawberry shortcake bars. It was such a hard decision. But when the time came to order, I always chose the ice cream with a piece of bubble gum at the bottom. I could never pass up 2 treats in one. You can now find a food truck for just about any kind of food. Noodles, tacos, hot dogs, funnel cakes, and I love them all. This month we're talking about how Jesus loves them all too. Not the food trucks. Although I'm pretty sure Jesus would love hanging out with his friends at a food truck. No, I'm talking about people. All kinds of people. And Jesus loves them all. We'll begin week 1 with a story about a man with a skin disease. He was not someone everyone loved or even liked really. In fact, people stayed away from him because they didn't want to get what he had. A person with a skin disease lived a very lonely and painful life. But then one day, this man met Jesus, and Jesus did not run away. Jesus loved the man and made him well. Why? Because Jesus loves everyone. In week 2, we'll hear the story of a woman we call the unloved woman. Now, we chose that name because, well, when we read her story, she experienced anything but love from the religious leaders. Instead of love, she received judgment, hate, anger, embarrassment, until she was dragged to the feet of Jesus. And what did Jesus give the woman? Love, grace, and compassion. Why? Because Jesus loves everyone. Week 3, we get to see a very special meeting between a man named Zacchaeus and Jesus. We can only imagine the look on Zacchaeus' face when he saw Jesus walking towards him as he sat perched in a tree. Maybe Zacchaeus thought Jesus was going to tell him that being a tax collector was wrong. Maybe he thought Jesus was going to tell him he should be ashamed of his bad choices. But that is not what happened. Instead, Jesus told Zacchaeus he wanted to stay at his house. Why? Because Jesus loves everyone. We'll end the month with week 4 and a moment that Jesus' disciples did not see coming. Parents were bringing their children to Jesus so he could bless them. The disciples, thinking they were doing what was best, told the parents, "Go away. I mean, Jesus is super important and has super important things to do. He cannot be bothered with children," right? Wrong. Jesus quickly told his disciples to let the children come to him and don't make it hard for children to get to him. Why? Because, say it with me, Jesus loves everyone. So next time you see a row of food trucks, take time to thank Jesus for loving the sour as well as the sweet, the spicy as well as the bland, the simple as well as the complicated, your favorites and your not so favorites. Because Jesus loves everyone, and that means Jesus loves you.